the Masters. I'm home from work, Brad's home from work, and I caught Brad out here doing some yard work. And since it's 68 degrees here in Beaufort, that means that I am in a hoodie and pants, and Brad is in a sleeveless shirt, shorts, and army boots.
He's gonna get it. He's gonna get it.
Be nice if we could let him free. But then what happens?
Chasing squirrels.
No.
Going swimming.
No.
Oh, he'll get on a boat.
No. Well,
yeah, he would.
Yeah, he would. No, there's something called pluff mud, and it's like this really fishy smelling mud that's in the marsh, which is like all that stuff. And so we let Rusty run free and hadn't seen him for a while, and then he came running over and smelled like a fish, and he had rolled in the pluff mud all down his neck. So he's not allowed to be free anymore.
That house is ridiculous.
Hashtag goals.
Hashtag life goals.
Hashtag vacation home goals.
I think I just woke her up.
Good morning. It's Saturday and I'm just going to be putting on my makeup while I'm talking to you. But as I was doing my makeup this morning, I was thinking about the effects of IVF. I thought that the effects of the hormone shots and everything were going to be just while I was on the hormone shots, but that's turned out to not be the case. That wasn't fun on its own. When you're taking all of these hormones, they have an effect on your body, your digestion, bloating. I was really, really tired, especially when we first started. And then, as I mentioned before, I was also pretty nauseated. The bloating typically goes away after you have your egg retrieval, by the time you get your next period, which was the case for me, and I think maybe even before that. The meantime, though, it wasn't very fun. It was pretty serious bloating. I gained 5 pounds pretty much overnight just in water weight, so I actually looked pregnant, which that's not a fun trick to play on somebody who all they want to be is pregnant. That bloating went away about a week after I stopped the stimulation injections and had my egg retrieval. And then what I didn't expect was, I guess as all of the hormones left my body, I ended up getting this hormonal acne, which is way worse than normal acne. It's usually in certain locations, so I had it kind of along my jawline. I had some across my forehead, and I get like a pimple here and there, but I don't normally get acne at all. So this is, putting on makeup in the morning is taking longer, and I feel like I'm needing to cover it up, but then I feel like I'm making my skin worse, which is not glamorous to talk about ever. But anyway, that's kind of the girl side, the uncomfortable side. Besides getting shots in your stomach, you have all of these side effects from the hormones. And all of this is just kind of to say, I feel like Brad and I, when we talk about the process, we're both clinically based in our mindset. We both are doctors, so we're kind of looking at the doctor side of it, and we forget to feel human during the process, and we rarely talk about like the impact that all of this has on us as people and as humans, and we just kind of get caught up in the process. So I have to bring myself back to earth a few times a week probably as we go throughout this and think about the end goal and what we're trying to accomplish here, which is a baby, which is like, I don't know how you could possibly lose sight of that, but you do. It just feels like a bunch of tasks to complete, and they're sometimes drawn out, so you have a lot of waiting, and then you have a next task that you need to complete, and then you need to finish birth control, and then you need to wait, and then, you know, it's like one thing after the next, and it's easy to forget what the end goal is going to be. I think in a way that Brad and I are really lucky that we have to go through this. I think if we would have just got pregnant our second or third month trying, I don't know that we wouldn't have appreciated the baby as much. I can't say that, but I know we are really going to appreciate this baby now, or babies. And I think that's a pretty special thing. Anybody who has to go through infertility and treatments and take time out of their day, miss work, do injections, take pills, feel the effects of hormones before you even really should from pregnancy, watch your wives go through this. I think we're rock stars, and if anybody deserves a baby, it's us. So kudos to everybody who's not giving up and who's really putting themselves aside so that they can ultimately achieve their goal of having a baby. So anyway, I just wanted to say that and kind of touch on the personal side of things. Like I said, we tend to get caught up in the process and don't talk about how we feel. So hopefully Brad will do this too. I'd like to know. So Brad and I are both off work now, and I think we're going to have like a cookout. And we're going to invite our neighbor Jen and then Brad's extern Shay and probably play bags.
Yeah, definitely. Although we're inviting over 2 girls. Do girls know how to play bags?
What we've got here is an imperial stout brewed with a massive amount of coffee and chocolates, then cave aged in a oak barrel, bourbon barrel, for an entire year to make sure wonderful bourbon undertones come through in the finish. Makes your taste buds squeal with delight. Cheers!
Cheers.
That is a smooth beer.
First impressions?
A lot, really. Massive amounts of chocolate and coffee is very accurate.
Like it would legit go good with like raspberries.
We just came up with a genius idea, so we need to vlog it. Go.
No, you go.
No, you go. I'm not taking this.
Alright, so it's gonna be ice cream for an ice cream.
I think vice versa. Sorry, I'm gonna take this one. Ice cream for ice cream.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
You said it the other way.
No, I said ice cream for an ice cream.
Rachel
Right, yeah. Ice cream for ice cream.
No, it's the opposite.
Ice cream for ice cream. What are you guys doing? It's Monday Fun Day here. This was a beautifully made bed like an hour ago, but Rusty decided he wanted to get a few more minutes of sleep and completely destroyed it. And I am just working on Etsy stuff. So I've got that going on in here. And that's gonna wrap up this vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you next week.